You know, from the time you woke up to kind of just approaching to the match, what was going through everything?
Not much. I kind of woke up and realized I had a pack since I've been here for so long. That took a while, but I mean, when I woke up this morning, I was more nervous, I think, for the team event than I was today. I mean, the goal the whole year is to win the team thing, and I felt like there was a lot more pressure on my shoulders there than there was today. Today's just another match, and I went out there and stayed focused and didn't let myself get down after that first set and played really well.
Did you think he played exceptionally well in the first set?
I mean, he played smart. I thought he played really smart. In the first game, didn't see that happening, but he played 4 great points, and that was that. You can't. It's just the first game. You can't dwell on that game, but he served his way out of the first set a couple times and didn't capitalize on a couple of 30-all points or a couple of just missed balls. And in the second and third, I felt like when the opportunity was there, I stepped up and I hit the right ball. I made him work for every point.
I heard Peter saying in the stands that you weren't going to make the mistake that you made in the National Indoor when you kind of let out the break in the third. Did that come into your mind, or did Peter put that into your mind?
A little, yeah. Because it's kind of hard to believe, but my losses to Reed, Bradley, and Ryan, I could tell you pretty much everything that happened in this match. They're so clear to me, and I didn't, especially when I got up that game at 2-0 in the third, and I was going to do anything it took to hold. So, I was fortunate enough to hold on the sunny side, which has been tough all day, and then fortunate enough to get that break at 4-1.
Can you talk about winning both of them? It's fairly rare to win the team and the individual title, and how difficult that is, and how you prepare somebody who's been in that situation.
He's prepared. You do all the work. There's nothing to do today. There's nothing to do really even the last 2 weeks. All that was done. The weeks before that, and how hard we worked and how prepared we were. And in some ways, I was more nervous for this match than the team match, which is weird that you said the opposite. But yeah, I just wanted it for him, and he's one of the greatest kids I've ever coached, and in terms of a person, and so you just want that person to be successful. Guys like him and Daniel and Robert and Case, they've given the program so much, so you want to see them so successful.
When you were young, did you ever model yourself saying, I want to serve like Pete Sampras? Or
Sampras and those guys were my idols growing up, and I wish I had half as good a serve as he did, back in the day. But it's one of my strong points, I think, in my game was the serve, and the way in that second and third set I can get free points. I'm making him work, deep into his games. And I was fortunate enough to get a couple aces or a couple missed returns. And mentally, that's such a big difference from going from thinking about being up 30-love every game on your serve, and he's fighting for points 15-30 every game. It's going to come back, and at some point I was going to get my break and try and get the train rolling.
And that's one thing we've really worked on this year. We saw that last year when he played U.S. Open qualies, that he needed to have more free points, and he's improved it so much.